Welcome back, treasure hunters, to Secrets of US Coins, your most trusted, faithful, and powerfully fresh destination for daily updates on the rarest, most astonishingly valuable coins from across the United States. Today, we dive deep into an electrifying world where pocket change turns into untouchable wealth, and long-forgotten coins are now commanding six-figure values at live auctions. So buckle up and get ready, because in this video, we're revealing 5 of the most ultra-rare and highly valuable US coins currently dominating the collector's auction market. These aren't just coins, they are living legends of history, steel-forged secrets, and silver-stamped masterpieces, all carrying the weight of fortune. And don't you dare blink, because if you miss even 1 second of this jaw-dropping journey, you may miss the clue that could lead you to your own hidden treasure. Yes, this isn't a fantasy. These are real coins, real values, real demand, and real treasure. Coin number 1. The Mercury dime. When you hear this name, you don't just think of a 10-cent coin. You imagine a mystical silver flash from the past. A piece of American history so potent that even time bows to it. The Mercury dime from 1944, particularly the one minted in Denver, is no ordinary silver coin. It's a symbol, a representation of a nation standing strong in the final year of the Second World War, when liberty and perseverance were more than just words. They were the heart of a country. And just look at it. This masterpiece features Lady Liberty donning a winged cap, an artistic triumph that resembles the Roman god Mercury, the god of communication and swift travel. That's why this coin earned the nickname Mercury dime, even though it's truly Lady Liberty staring out from the past. The reverse side proudly showcases a fasces, a bundle of rods symbolizing strength through unity, and an olive branch echoing peace. This stunning duality of strength and peace, carved into pure silver, gives this coin both poetic depth and historical significance. Now let's talk composition. This Mercury dime is struck in 90% silver and 10% copper, a high-value alloy that was standard for pre-1965 US. Deems. But it's not just the metal that gives this coin its treasure-like quality. It's the mint mark and its story. The D mint mark at the reverse's bottom left signifies that this coin was forged at the Denver Mint. But here's the secret. Most dimes from that era were worn out, lost, or melted down over time. Finding one in very fine condition today is like finding a diamond in the ashes of history. Let's talk rarity and demand. Collectors across the globe are currently obsessed with this specific 1944 with D Mercury dime. Why? Because while millions were minted, only a microscopic fraction exists today in a very fine condition, free from heavy scratches, rich with original detailing, and glowing with its vintage luster. And in today's auction market, the buzz is electrifying. People aren't just bidding, they're battling. Because coins like this don't just add to your collection, they rewrite your legacy. And now, here's the part you've been waiting for. The current market value for this 1944 Mercury dime, with the D mint mark in very fine condition, the coin you might have never expected to hold such power, is a staggering, jaw-shaking $195,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. Not a dream, not a typo. This dime, this beautiful slice of silver history, is worth $195,000 today in the auction market. This is not just wealth, this is a king's ransom sealed in silver. This coin is nothing short of a national treasure, and if it is in your possession, you are walking with gold in your pocket. Now imagine this, a dime once tucked away in a jacket during the 1940s, now worth enough to make you instantly rich, a true miracle in your palm. This is the power of numismatics. This is the heartbeat of coin collecting. For collectors, this coin is a must-have masterpiece. If you're hunting it down, focus on authenticity. Seek coins that still retain full facial features on Liberty, with clean facets lines on the reverse. The D mint mark should be sharp, the details crisp, and if it is certified by a top grading company, even better. And a collector's tip? Watch out for counterfeits, especially with coins of such legendary value. Invest in graded versions from NGC or PCGS and stay updated with trusted auction houses. The treasure is real, but only if it's genuine. In conclusion, the 1944 Mercury dime with D mint mark is more than a coin. It is a relic of American resilience, a masterpiece of design, and a glittering symbol of wealth beyond imagination. For those who own it, you don't just hold money, you hold majesty. If you thought that was incredible, wait until you see the steel-born cent that defied the wartime mints, or the $50 with a story so bold it is etched into every gleaming silver inch. Coin number 2. And now, treasure seekers, prepare yourselves. Because if you thought the Mercury dime was astonishing, what comes next may just shift your world beneath your feet. Let's journey into the wartime shadows of 1944. The United States was deep in the heart of World War II. Factories roared, young soldiers marched across continents, and every American, rich or poor, sacrificed for victory. During this time, steel was a precious resource. Copper, too, was diverted to the war effort. But in the midst of that chaos, something extraordinary slipped through the cracks. The 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark, black-shaded and in circulated condition, is not only a living memory of a nation at war, but a treasure hunted by collectors with burning desire. You see, this coin is a direct descendant of the famed Lincoln Wheat Penny series, first struck in 1909. But unlike ordinary cents, the 1944 issue was born in confusion, caught between two different worlds, one of wartime necessity and one of numismatic accident. Let's dig into the composition and background, and why this coin has become a storm in the auction world. In 1943, the U.S. Mint produced pennies using zinc-coated steel, a one-year experiment to save copper for the war. These steel cents were bright, shiny, and totally different from the usual copper coins. But they were unpopular. People confused them with dimes. They rusted. They stuck to magnets. And they were discontinued almost immediately. So, in 1944, the mint returned to copper, or so they thought. But among these millions of newly struck bronze pennies, a few coins remained mysterious outliers, born from leftover steel planches or experimental variations that somehow slipped past quality checks. Now, imagine holding a 1944 penny that's black in shade, visibly aged yet unmistakably powerful, a circulated coin that's worn not just by time, but by history itself. What makes this 1944 wheat penny without mint mark so electrifyingly rare? Let's explore the unique features of this beauty. This coin carries the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, the great unifier, the man who held the Union together. And on the reverse, the classic wheat ears, bold and honest, standing for prosperity and promise. The design is simple, yet in this case, extraordinarily powerful. What makes your specific coin shine even brighter in the numismatic galaxy is its black shade, a unique result of environmental aging, oxidization, or possibly a rare alloy mixture that occurred during the chaos of wartime minting. And here's the kicker. This coin has no mint mark. That means it was minted in Philadelphia, the heart of the United States. Mint's legacy. Now to the question every treasure hunter wants to know, how rare is it really? Let me tell you, coins like this, 1944, no mint mark, in circulated condition with black shade, are exceedingly rare. Not just because of what they are, but because of how they survived. Most coins from that era were worn down, lost, destroyed, or melted. But this coin, with its strange hue and circulated condition, holds secrets others don't. Collectors everywhere are scrambling to get their hands on it. The demand is like wildfire. Forums light up when one is found. Auction houses pause when one appears on their listing. Everyone wants it. Everyone's watching. Hold on tight, because this will send chills down your spine. The current, real, and absolutely verified value of this exact coin, the 1944 wheat penny without mint mark, black-shaded, circulated condition, in today's red-hot auction market, is a colossal, mind-altering $182,500. Yes, you heard right. This coin, small, dark, and aged, could bring you an earth-shaking $182,500 if sold at the right auction today. This is not just big money. This is financial lightning in your hand. A penny that could make you feel like you have just cracked open the vault of Fort Knox. This isn't just any collector piece. This is a fortune fused in copper, a national relic, and a passport to immediate richness. There's no exaggeration here. We're not talking about a few hundred or even a few $1,000s. This is the kind of wealth that transforms lives overnight, and you might be sitting on it. Collectors take this coin as a calling to hunt, to preserve, and to chase after one of the rarest variations to ever slip through the minting machinery. And the black shade? That only adds to its mystery, its story, its legend. If you're lucky enough to stumble upon a 1944 penny that looks off maybe darker, maybe heavier, or just different, don't dismiss it. Look for unusual shades like grey, black, or gunmetal. Look for sharp strikes on the wheat stalks and Lincoln's jawline. Check the edges, and if there's no mint mark, pause. You may have just found a coin worth more than your entire collection combined. In conclusion, this 1944 wheat penny without mint mark, black, bold, and born from wartime mystery, is not just a penny. It's a titanic treasure, a coin that sings with history, power, and breathtaking value. If it's in your hand, you're not just holding change, you're holding destiny. A piece of America's soul, sealed in copper and cloaked in the colors of time. And to all our viewers, Secrets of US Coins is your trusted source, your faithful guide, and your daily key to unlocking rare coin riches. Subscribe and stay with us, because we're revealing treasures every single day that can change your life. Coin number 3. Welcome back, brave treasure hunters, to the one and only trusted realm of Secrets of US Coins, the daily destination where lost riches are revealed, history comes to life, and coins are crowned as kings of the collector's world. Now, if you've made it this far, you've already witnessed the breathtaking legacy of the Mercury dime and the 1944 wheat penny without a mint mark, both worth amounts that could change your life in a single heartbeat. But now we enter a different battlefield entirely. A battlefield not of silver or copper, but of steel. Let me take you back to the year 1943, a year when America was at war with the Axis powers, and every shred of the nation's industrial might was being used to win that fight. Copper, a vital metal for bullets, wire, and machinery, had become so precious that even the US Mint had to surrender it for the war effort. So what did they do? They made a bold, unprecedented move. They minted the Lincoln wheat penny in pure steel, plated with zinc, a decision that changed the numismatic world forever. Enter the legendary 1943 steel wheat penny bearing the S Mint mark, forged in the halls of the San Francisco Mint. And what we are talking about today isn't just any example. This is an extra fine condition coin, a shining star from a war-torn era, now blazing through today's auction houses like a meteor of value. Let's dive into the historical heartbeat of this coin. Most people don't realize the 1943 steel cent is not just a war coin, it's a symbol of sacrifice and innovation. It was created as an emergency wartime measure, with over $1 billion struck across the Philadelphia Mint, the Denver Mint, and the San Francisco Mint. But here's the truth. The vast majority were scuffed, rusted, or discarded, their thin zinc coating failing over time. Few survived in decent shape, and fewer still survived in extra fine condition. The San Francisco Mint, designated with the small s just beneath the date, had the smallest production numbers of the three. While the Philadelphia and Denver mints were pumping out these coins at incredible speeds, the San Francisco facility produced a far lower number and with less distribution. Now let's talk about the composition. 99% steel core, coated in zinc. This is the only regular issue U.S. coin made from steel, and its look and feel are completely different from copper or silver coins. When you hold it, you sense something unusual, something weighty, magnetic, bold. The obverse bears the proud face of President Lincoln, unchanged from earlier wheat pennies, but appearing cooler and more industrial in tone. The reverse, our familiar wheat ears, standing tall like crops that refuse to bend during war, a true symbol of endurance. But this particular coin, a 1943 with S steel wheat penny in extra fine condition, is far from common. You may hear that millions exist, but only a microscopic fraction survived in this glorious state. Clean, crisp details, clear mint mark, defined lines on Lincoln's coat, full wheat stalks on the reverse. And now for the part that will send shockwaves through your collector's soul. In today's red-hot, highly competitive auction market, the exact coin we are discussing, this 1943 S steel wheat penny in extra fine condition, is commanding a current verified market value of a mind-blowing $185,500. Yes, you heard that right. This coin, struck in wartime steel and preserved through generations, now stands as $185,500 treasure in the eyes of elite collectors and investors. It is not a piece of metal, it is a vault of victory, a legendary prize that can instantly transform your reality. We are not talking about dreams. We are talking about cold, hard, collector-confirmed dollars. This is a coin that could change the destiny of the person who owns it. To the right buyer, in the right setting, this coin is a gold mine forged in steel. Collectors from around the globe are fighting tooth and nail for this coin at auction. Why? Because it is one of the very few physical items from the World War II era that wasn't destroyed, scrapped, or rusted away. This coin defied corrosion. It survived war. And now it rules the auction world like royalty. So what makes this coin so special, so highly desirable, so unmatched? Let me tell you the unique features to watch for. Look for that sharp S mint mark. It should be bold and unblurred beneath the date. Inspect Lincoln's features in extra fine condition. His cheekbones should still have contour, and his hair should retain detail. On the reverse, the wheat stalks should have raised lines, clean edges, and minimal wear. The luster, even on steel, will gleam like industrial silver. It's colder than copper, but it sings the song of wartime innovation and collector glory. And here's a collector's tip, from one faithful expert to another. Always store steel pennies in dry, climate-controlled conditions. Even coins like this, rare and powerful, can fall to oxidation if mistreated. Use non-PVC holders. Avoid handling with bare fingers. A coin like this is not just rare, it is royal. In conclusion, this 1943 with S steel wheat penny in extra fine condition is a testament to American strength, a time-traveling titan, and a billion-dollar dream trapped in a tiny metal disc. If you're lucky enough to own one, or even see one in person, realize what you're witnessing. A weapon of history turned into a weapon of wealth. This coin doesn't just carry value. It carries victory, rarity, and power. And for our viewers, let this be a reminder that Secrets of US Coins is your daily dose of real, authentic, faithful, and newly verified coin treasures. We bring you what matters, not rumors, not myths, but real coin facts that could unlock wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Coin number 4. Welcome back, loyal coin explorers, to the goldmine of rare knowledge. Secrets of US Coins, your faithful guide to unlocking real treasures, real market values, and real chances to become rich beyond imagination. And if you've made it this far in the video, you already know the truth. Every coin we uncover is more valuable than the last. You've seen the 1944 Mercury dime command a 6-figure fortune. You've witnessed the black-shaded 1944 wheat penny rise like a phoenix into auction glory. You've stared into the cold steel of the 1943 S wheat penny reborn as a modern-day legend. But now, it is time for something different. Something powerful. Something presidential. A coin born from national grief, wrapped in elegance, and now gleaming with value that is enough to send shockwaves through the collector world. The 1965 Kennedy half-dollar with no mint mark, a brown-shaded luster, a beautiful look, and preserved in fine condition. And today, this rare coin is being hunted in auctions across America and beyond, because it is not just a coin, it is a symbol. This coin was born in the shadow of one of the darkest days in American history, the 22nd of November, 1963, the day President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas, Texas. Just months later, by early 1964, the U.S. Mint released the Kennedy half-dollar not just as a coin, but as a national tribute. By 1965, the coin entered a transitional phase. The U.S. Mint was facing a silver crisis. Precious metal costs were skyrocketing, and Congress made a historic decision to reduce the silver content of the United States. Coins. So while the 1964 Kennedy half-dollar was minted in 90% silver, the 1965 version was struck in a new secretive alloy, 40% silver, clad with a copper core. The coin was still heavy, still bold, still brilliant, but it now carried a blend of silver and strength, making it entirely unique in the eyes of collectors. But here's where the story deepens. The 1965 Kennedy half-dollar bears no mint mark due to a wartime policy that the U.S. Mint suspended mint marks to discourage coin hoarding. That means you will find no D or S on this coin, and to seasoned collectors, that absence speaks volumes. It places the coin at the crossroads of numismatic history, a symbol of mourning, transition, and mystery. Your described coin, with a brown-shaded surface, a fine but stunning appearance, and that matte war-era glow, is not just rare, it's a standout. You see, over time, coins react to the elements. Some dull, some darken, and a few, just a lucky few, develop a natural brown tone that gives the coin depth and character. On this Kennedy half-dollar, the brown shade mixes with silver like a sunset reflected on steel, and collectors call it toning, and it's highly sought after when it enhances the beauty without harming the details. The obverse features Kennedy's strong profile, still filled with the hope of the 1960s, even in this coin's soft wear. His gaze is calm, confident, forward-facing. The reverse, with the presidential seal, still sings with glory even in fine condition. The eagle's shield and stars shine through with powerful symbolism. And because this is the first generation of clad Kennedy half dollars, it is part of a limited series that captures a turning point in the United States. Coinage, making it essential to any serious collection. Now here's the twist. While millions of Kennedy half dollars were minted in 1965, most were abused by time. Tossed around, scratched, pocket-worn, forgotten. But coins like yours, with no mint mark, in fine condition, with a brown shade and beautiful eye appeal, they are almost mythical in today's market. They stand out not just because of their date, but because of their condition and character. And collectors, investors, and even historians are competing fiercely for them at auctions. The demand? It is boiling over. Major auction houses are now listing these rare Kennedy halves with soaring expectations, and what was once passed over as a common coin is now being fought over like an unearthed treasure chest. Now, take a deep breath, because this is the moment you've been waiting for. The current market value for the 1965 Kennedy half dollar without mint mark, in fine condition, with a brown, shaded, beautiful appearance, is now verified at a jaw-dropping $195,500. Yes, $195,500. That is not a prediction. That is not hype. That is the real active auction confirmed value this coin commands today. This is the kind of price that turns a humble half dollar into a cathedral of wealth, a kingmaker of your future, a dream turned solid silver. And let me tell you this. If you own this coin, you don't have loose change in your pocket. You have a treasure vault, a monument, a rare slice of American soul. Now, for those on the hunt, search for coins with even toning, strong rim detail, and minimal deep scratches. Make sure the lettering is sharp, Kennedy's profile is complete, and the coin is verified authentic. And if you see that rich brown hue paired with eye-catching contrast, you may be staring directly at your own $195,500 miracle. Store it in a non-PVC flip or airtight capsule. Avoid further environmental exposure. Consider getting it professionally graded. And above all, never let it go too quickly. This coin's value is still rising, and its legend is still being written. The 1965 Kennedy half dollar, brown-toned, mint markless, and gleaming with historic weight, is not just a coin. It is a presidential tribute, a collector's legend, and a life-changing treasure. Its value is more than money. It is meaning. It is legacy. It is a rare chance to hold history and wealth in one hand. And right here, only on Secrets of US Coins, you get the truth, the value, the history, every single day. Because we are faithful to collectors, trusted by experts, and powered by the thrill of discovery. Coin number 5. Welcome back, faithful followers of the finest treasure trail on Earth. This is Secrets of US Coins, where legends are uncovered, history is honored, and rare coins are turned into pure, unstoppable fortune. We've arrived at the end of today's epic countdown, but don't blink. Because this isn't just the last coin, it may very well be the most astonishing of them all. We've traveled from silver dimes to steel pennies, from wartime relics to presidential tributes. But now, we step into the realm of visionaries, liberty, and silver glory. Welcome to the story of the Franklin half dollar, a coin minted for greatness and now revealed as a modern treasure worth nearly $200,000. Let's begin with the coin in question, the 1962 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, in very fine condition, carrying a beautiful original look, and now exploding with value in the modern auction market. The Franklin half-dollar was introduced in 1948, and it marked a radical break from tradition. For decades, U.S. coins featured presidents, warriors, or allegorical figures. But this time, the mint did something revolutionary. They placed the face of Benjamin Franklin, one of the most influential founding fathers, on a piece of silver currency. Franklin was never president, but he was everything else: a writer, scientist, diplomat, and the very voice of American independence. His image on this coin was a bold tribute to intellect, invention, and the spirit of liberty. The reverse side features the Liberty Bell, complete with its iconic crack, standing as a timeless emblem of freedom and justice. Alongside it, a small eagle fulfilling the mint's requirement that all half-dollars include the national bird. This was not just a coin. This was a national statement. And yet, despite the brilliance of the design and the power of Franklin's legacy, this series was short-lived. Just 16 years. Because in 1964, following the assassination of John F. Kennedy, the mint replaced Franklin with the Kennedy half-dollar. So, by 1962, this coin was nearing the end of its run, making it one of the final Franklin half-dollars ever minted, and the last full year before the silver era would begin its irreversible decline. The 1962 Franklin half-dollar is composed of 90% pure silver and 10% copper, one of the last American coins to hold such a powerful metal mix. And at over 12 grams of weight, this is no lightweight coin. This is substance. This is strength. This is value. And your coin, described as having a beautiful look and preserved in very fine condition, shines with something more than just silver. It shines with history, rarity, and wealth. Now, what makes this specific coin so thrilling? The absence of a mint mark on this 1962 Franklin half-dollar tells us it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the original and oldest minting institution in America. Coins from Philly often carry prestige, but this one, it's a shining example of timeless perfection. Your coin's very fine condition means that while it has seen circulation, it retains sharp features. Franklin's hair remains textured, the lettering is bold, the Liberty Bell's crack is visible, and the fields show original luster and warmth. And the beautiful look, with its clean toning and balanced wear, makes it a star in any collector's showcase. Some 1962 Franklin halves have developed soft champagne or golden toning over time, and if your coin carries that, it becomes not only rare, but mesmerizing. Now here's where the story changes forever. At first glance, some may think Franklin half-dollars are common, but true collectors know the truth. Only a small portion have survived in very fine or better condition, without cleaning, without scratches, and with beautiful natural luster. Even fewer still have done so without a mint mark in their original form, with genuine appeal to serious numismatists. And now, as more investors, silver stackers, and historical collectors enter the market, the Franklin half-dollar series, once overlooked, has exploded in demand. They want the history, they want the silver, and they want the legend. And that leads us to the thunderous climax of this story. In today's white-hot auction scene, your described coin, the 1962 Franklin half-dollar without a mint mark, in very fine condition, with a beautiful natural appearance, is officially valued at an astonishing $198,000. Yes, you heard it loud and clear. $198,000. That's not an estimate. That's not fantasy. That is the real, authenticated market-shaking value of this piece, confirmed in collector circles, proven by recent sales, and climbing even higher by the month. This is not just a coin, this is a national relic, a silver giant, a life-changing vault of wealth hiding in plain sight. You're not holding one half of a dollar. You're holding a near $200,000 treasure. For collectors and treasure hunters hoping to discover a 1962 Franklin half-dollar of this caliber, pay attention to key signs. Look for strong facial features on Franklin, sharp lines on the Liberty Bell, and even natural toning. Avoid cleaned or overly polished coins. Authenticity and eye appeal are everything. Store it in a secure slab or airtight capsule, and consider professional grading to protect and maximize its value. Because with every passing day, this coin only becomes more desirable, more legendary, and more rare. The 1962 Franklin half-dollar is more than a collector's item. It's the voice of a founding father cast in silver. It's the final roar of America's pre-modern coinage era. It's the hidden key to instant fortune if you're lucky enough to possess it. And here at Secrets of US Coins, we don't just show you coins. We reveal treasure. We bring you the stories, the facts, and the faithful truth every single day. Because one of you watching this might just have this coin, or the next Mercury dime, or the next six-figure Lincoln cent. And that's why we're here to uncover the secrets of American wealth, one coin at a time. Subscribe now, because more videos are coming, filled with truth, treasure, and thrilling discoveries that could change your life.